Mark Anthony P. Desti. I am a graduate of Bachelor of Industrial Technology, major in Food Technology 2015, Diploma in Teaching 2017 at Iloilo Science and Technology University, Miaco Campus. I am a LET passer of September 2017 with SLRTC and Gurung Pinoy as my review center. Currently, I am a foreign language teacher at sa Pitungsong School, Nakonsi, Tamarat, Thailand. I have been teaching here since 2018. Now, my positive experience with SLRTC Gurung Pinoy is during that time, I need to be out of my classes because I have a sick mom and a sick dad, which were admitted at Double Doctors Hospital, so I need to travel back and forth. Now, Mame and Sir Ram, they will be sending me review materials, video clips, or any related articles which will help me in my review. They will also teach me and pray for me that I will be going to ace my LET examinations. Now, they're really committed to their advocacy, which is to help all aspiring educators to fulfill their dreams of becoming a licensed professional teacher. Their compassion to prepare you mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically is beyond words. SLRTC Gurung Pinoy is the right choice. For you to ace your LET examination, subscribe Gurung Pinoy. Kapun Kap.
Sawadika Tukun. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Junilin Lu F. Palma from the Philippines, but currently I am living and working here or teaching here in Thailand since 2018. My course is Bachelor of Science in Industrial Education 2017 in Iloilo Science and Technology University. Teaching is my first love career. That's why I'm very passionate about it. Well, that's not only reason why I pursue teaching, but also I find it challenging and fun. Also, I love traveling so much. That's why currently I am teaching English as a foreign language here in Thailand. I am a LET passer September 2017 with SLRTC family. As my review center, I am very happy that I choose the right center. Their main focus is to achieve your goal, which is to be a teacher. They help us to prepare for LET, and I am thankful for all the ideas they gave me, the techniques in answering for exam, and for all the things that they taught me. I have learned so much from them. Also, the advices about relaxing and keeping myself calm at the exam. It really works. That's it, and I'm looking forward to see you and be a part of SLRTC family. Thank you. Kapun Ka.
In life, people may come and go. Some will be remembered and sadly, some will be forgotten. But one thing is for sure, I will never forget Study Review and Tutorial Center, especially the founders of the said Review and Tutorial Center, Teacher Mac and Teacher Ram. Good day, everybody. This is Devin Lester Ibanez, a licensed professional teacher, a proud member of SLRTC, and a proud SLR teacher. Way back 2017, as an elementary education graduate, one of the main challenges we had faced was the licensure examination for teacher. This exam will submit and validate your 4-year training and learning as a teacher to be licensed and be able to land a job in the field of teaching profession. The exam is nerve-wracking. Anxiety and many sleepless nights had been experienced. But because of SLRTC, the exam was like eating a piece of cake. I am a living testimony of how effective and accurate the Review Center's strategy and techniques in beating the let. So if you want to be a certified and a licensed teacher, make sure to be a certified SLRTician first. Good day and see you in the field of teaching profession soon. Bye. Wish you all the best.
Hello everyone, I am Iros Baraño, a graduate of Bachelor of Elementary Education, and I took the LAT last September 2017. And yes, I am now an LPT, and that's all thanks to the great help and contribution of Kuya Pinoy in my journey. Yes, mga best. I chose Kuya Pinoy as my review center kasi dito ko talaga nakita at na-feel mismo na you are not just treated as a mere student, but you are really treated as part of the family where the love is there, the care is there, and you are the main priority talaga. The management, the professors, and the teachers are very professional, very dynamic, and well esteemed. I really learned a lot from the review center and during my review. Kasi po, na-refresh talaga yung mga learnings ko all throughout my educational journey at malaki talaga ang tulong during the actual board exam. Lumalabas po talaga yung mga tinuturo nila dito. So, to all the letters out there, just keep on pushing, just keep on believing, and keep the faith burning. I am now currently waiting for public employment, hopefully, of ProfEd. So, God bless everyone!
Lazaro. I'm a Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English. I'm currently teaching in Licol Montessori of Don Bosco here in Ticawat, Iloilo. And the review center that helped me a lot throughout my LET journey is Study Link Review and Tutorial Center. I can say that choosing a review center requires a lot of careful thought since it is every taker's goal to pass the exam. And I did the right choice by choosing SLRTC. First, because they provided us with promising lecturers from different famous universities here in Iloilo. All the lecturers were amazing. They made us feel less pressured because they made the atmosphere educational but fun. And their teaching techniques was easy to keep in mind and very smooth. Secondly, Study Link Review and Tutorial Center provided us with volume of lecture notes, which developed our critical and analytical thinking skills, especially in ProfEd, because all the questions in professional education are situational and the answers were very tricky. And lastly, the review staffs were very accommodating. They addressed all our concerns and queries promptly, and they made us feel motivated. So I think it is a good choice to choose as a Google RTC as your review center in the near future, especially now that they are willing to adopt the new normal. I think all the new enrollees will enjoy the quality review that the technology brings. So kudos to Team SLRTC.
All right, and we are live. Good morning po sa inyong lahat from South Carolina, USA. Good evening po na nandyan, sa inyong lahat na nandyan ngayon sa Pilipinas, sa lahat ng ating mga estudyante na nandyan. Nakatutok po ngayon sa atin na namang GenEd and ProfEd discussion. So again, we are going to have 15 items still for GenEd and another 15 items for ProfEd. Make sure that you have your notebook and your pen with you, especially if this is your first time. What we're doing po is the students are answering the questions in their notebook and they're also checking their own work, okay? So our goal until now, the goal still is to have 60% of our total number of items. So for GenEd, that should be 9 out of 15 and also 9 out of 15 for ProfEd. So that's a total of 18 out of 30. Okay, now I would like to welcome all of you who have been here, who are here for the first time. I've seen a lot of names a while ago. We're here for the first time. Ma'am Dulce Calino, Ma'am Precious Kadungog, Sir Kenny J. Ibanez, first time po ba? Ma'am Rachel Kalipdan, Sir Jimmy Henon, second time ng Sir Jimmy. Okay, so some of you are here for the first time. We'd like to welcome all of you. And I also, of course, thank all those students who have been here since the beginning of our live streams. We've had our live streams for almost a month already, okay? Now remember that in this month of July, our live stream schedules are on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, 7 p.m. in the Philippines. Okay, so again, if this is your first time, my name is Ma'am Mexa Ison Manaay. My major is Biological Sciences. I used to teach in the junior high school and senior high school of Ateneo de Iloilo. Then I went to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia in 2014 to teach in an international school. So I was in Riyadh for 2 years. Then I went back to the Philippines. I got married. I gave birth, went back to Ateneo, and put up my own review center together with my husband. My husband is Sir Ramanaay. He's also a teacher. His major is math. So his major is math. My major is science. So it's a very good union. And we put up Study Link Review and Tutorial Center. So a while ago, you have heard some testimonials from our previous students who are now in the teaching field. Okay, so when I went back to the Philippines, I got married. I had a baby. That's Baby Rain. Some of you might have seen one video where Baby Rain had a cameo. And I went back to Ateneo to teach just part-time in the senior high school because we were also managing our review center, which is StudyLink. And in 2018, I came here to the US, and currently I am teaching in Manning High School. I'm teaching physical science in Manning High School, Manning, South Carolina. This is already going to be my 3rd school year in that school. Okay, so again, I'd like to welcome all the first-timers. Sir Fragile Baby Balds. Okay, ang ganda ng pangalan. Ma'am Priscilla Llamas, good evening po. I've seen all your messages. We would like to welcome all our first-timers. Your classmates already are also welcoming you to our online class. But of course, I'd like to thank from the bottom of my heart all those paroquiano who have been here since the beginning of our live streams. You know who you are. Okay, so today again, we're going to discuss GenEd and ProfEd, 15 items for each. Write your own answer in your notebook. Answer honestly and truthfully, because of course, this is going to be your training ground for you to pass the let. Now, if you are not members of GROW yet, okay, I'm always saying that all the materials here are going straight to our growers. GROW po is Gurong Pinoy Review Online Work Group. And this is our exclusive FB group for our students. So what we do in GROW is that we send them the exclusive materials that we have, not only the things that I'm discussing here in our live stream, but also some previews, test items that we know have come out in the LET. So since we have been here in the LET for for so many years already, we already know how the let works. So alam namin na nire-recycle lang yung items sa let, no? If meron mang bagong items, then we study what those items are gonna be and we teach them to our students, okay? So we're sending them the materials through Grow and also some other previous materials that we have, and we know that these materials are the ones that will be coming out in your lab. Okay, so the questions that we're discussing today are all coming out from our actual lab test items, this one. Okay, so instead of sending this to you through hard copy or through maybe soft copy, we have just came up with GROW, okay, which is Gurung Pinoy Review Online Workgroup. So again, if you are still not members of GROW, make sure that you send your payment, that's 250, then you send your receipt through our Facebook page, that's Gurung Pinoy. All the details are there on your screen. Okay, it's only 250 pesos, much cheaper than the rest of the review centers that are offering you their online classes now, their blended classes. And we will be welcoming you to GROW. Okay, so many of your classmates here, especially in our live stream on YouTube, are already part of GROW. Okay, now we're also live on Facebook today. Tonight we're also live on Facebook, but again, that's just a preview. So if you don't want any interruptions in your live stream, then please go to YouTube and subscribe to YouTube, to our YouTube channel, Gurung Pinoy. Hit the like button, please. Before we start with number one, please hit the like button. Everybody go ahead and hit the like button before we all start. Okay. Again, please hit the like button, and also I've always been telling my students, please don't skip ads. That's one way for you to help Gurung Pinoy. Don't skip ads. Don't abandon our videos, meaning just watch the videos from start until the end. Again, we are also on Facebook tonight, but that's only a preview. So if you don't want any interruptions in your live stream, then please go to our YouTube channel, Gurung Pinoy. Make sure that you subscribe, hit that bell button, and please like this video so we can start with question number one. Okay, again, please like this video so we can start. Okay, now again, please don't forget our live stream schedules for this month would be Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, 7 p.m. That's Philippine time, okay? So always be in front of your monitors Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays at 7 p.m. Okay, that's for the entire month of July. All right, so we start with question number one for GenEd. The government has control of many corporations and industries. What is deregulated and allowed to raise prices without control? Is it letter A, oil industry, letter B, mining industry, letter C, fishing industry, or letter D, water source? What do you think is the correct answer for question number one, GenEd? First question for GenEd. What do you think is the answer? Now, again, if you're watching this on Facebook, I cannot see your answers. I'm currently looking at the answers on our live stream on YouTube. So again, your Facebook live stream is only a preview. If you don't want any interruptions, then go to YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel and then watch our live stream today. All right. What do you think is the correct answer for question number one, GenEd? Number one kaya tama? Or number one pa lang kaya mali na? Wag naman sana. Okay, good evening po sa lahat-lahat. Good evening. Our online classroom on YouTube is now becoming bigger. Good evening po sa lahat ng ating mga parokyano nandyan lagi since the beginning of our live stream. And of course, we welcome all those first-timers, second-timers, third-timers. Balik po kayo ng balik. Okay, now the correct answer for number one, of course, is letter A, the oil industry. The oil industry is the correct answer for number one, okay? Now, in the Philippines, there is what we call the oil deregulation. This is under RA number 8180. Please make sure that you have that in your notes. This is Downstream Oil Industry Deregulation Act of 1996, signed under the then President FVR. Okay, so this was in 1997. Okay, so actually, the government does not really have full control of the prices of the oil. That's why wala pong magagawa yung government natin pag tumaas yung presyo ng gasolina, ng diesel, ng petroleum products, okay? So these usually will be based on the prices in the world market, okay? So, but I know that when the pandemic happened, when the pandemic started, I know bumaba yung presyo ng ating petroleum products, okay? But I'm not sure if ngayon bumalik na. Medyo ngayon dito sa Amerika, bumalik na yung presyo ng petroleum products since na back to normal na yung transportation, okay? But I'm not sure if in the Philippines ganun na din since we know that there's public transportation in the Philippines. Dito kasi sa amin walang public transportation, okay? But then again, the correct answer again for number 1, that's letter A. Mali agad, it's okay. So sad, don't be sad. That's just question number 1. We still have 14 questions for GenEd. Okay, so we proceed with number 2. Which of the following is a misconception on pulmonary tuberculosis or PTB? Children of parents with PTB will inherit the disease. PTB can be transmitted through blood extraction. PTB is caused by a bad spirit in the environment. PTB is transmitted through kissing. Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot for question number 2? Ma'am Carmina Domingo, Sir Oth, Sir Dempster Karampatana, welcome po. Ito yung mga first-timers natin, no? Ma'am Riza Ann Rivera, first time po ba? Ma'am Edna De Luna. Magandang gabi sa ating gobernador na si Sir Miguel. Mayora Mercy Grace Gayo, good evening. All right. Ma'am Jara Rule, welcome po. Ma'am Sorur or Sir Sorur Pamnagon, welcome po. Sir Anton Larazi, Sir Jordan Ken. All right. Now, many of you are answering letter C. And that, of course, is the correct answer, okay? So many of the Filipinos are still believers of superstitions. Marami sa atin ay mapamahiin, okay? And this is one example of superstitious beliefs. But we know that this is not true. We know that TB is, of course, transmitted through the droplets. Pareho din siya, no? Halos kapareho siya ng COVID-19. So it's very important for us to take precautions whenever we're coughing and when we are in public, okay? We always should cover or wear our mask, cover your mouth when you cough, okay? So be very careful, especially now. So dapat naghuhugas lagi ng kamay, dapat palaging nakaprotekta tayo sa ating sarili, okay? So magmask po tayo, of course, whenever we go out, and make sure that we still continue social distancing. All right, so number 2, that's letter C. Okay, now we go to number 3. Which among these commodities are VAT or value-added tax exempt? Saan dito ang VAT exempt? Is it letter A, rice and corn? Letter B, corned beef and ham? Letter C, milk and juices? Letter D, sugar and syrup? Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot sa number 3? Ma'am Eileen Guda, welcome po. Again, I'm just trying to read the names of those people who I think are here for the first time. Ma'am Ami Omar Sali. Magandang gabi, Kapitana Norhana Ismael. Good evening po. All right, what do you think is the answer for number 3? Which among the following is VAT exempt? Saan dito ang hindi kasali sa mga produkto, sa mga commodities na may VAT? Ma'am Roselyn Anula, welcome po. Sir Marvin, first time ba? Parang nakita ko na yung pangalan mo dati. Okay, now a lot of you are answering letter A for number 3, and that is the correct answer. Okay, so letter A po is the correct answer. These commodities, these products are VAT exempt. Exempted po sila for VAT. Okay, now this is under section 109 of the tax code, which would include our exemptions. So we have the agricultural and marine food products, livestock, and poultry in their original form. So basta po original form, meaning wala pang chemicals, hindi pa preserved, hindi pa na-process, these are all VAT or tax exempt. Okay, so kung nakikita ninyo, all the rest of our choices, corned beef and ham, this has already been processed. Juices have already been processed. Syrup, okay? So, sinasabi kasi ng Section 109 mo, livestock and poultry in their original form and agricultural and marine food products are all VAT exempt. Okay? Now, dinagdag ko lang po dito. Please make sure that you know this, the meaning of train. This is a new tax law under the Duterte administration. Train means tax reform for acceleration and inclusion, implemented starting 2018. Now, sabi ng train, there's various provisions that touch on reducing personal income taxes, pero in-increase naman yung taxes on products such as sweetened beverages, oil, petroleum, fuel products, coal, stock transactions, etc. Okay, so that's the train. Make sure that you know this before you take the LEP. Okay, so for number 3, the correct answer is letter A. Thank you so much for your ayuda, Kapitana Norhana. Maagang ayuda from Ma'am Norhana. Thank you so much po. For the rest of you who'd like to give your help in donations to Guru Pinoy, we welcome that. Of course, that's not required, pero we would be very happy if you can give us some help. Okay, so Kapitana Norhana, maraming salamat po. Okay, now we go to number 4. A patient collapsed due to her low sugar level in the blood. What first aid must be applied at once? Is it letter A, give a hot glass of milk without sugar? Letter B, give a cold glass of coffee without sugar or with sugar? Letter C, allow the patient to take hot porridge? Letter D, give a glass of Coca-Cola or Sprite? Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot sa number 4? So merong nahimatay dahil low blood sugar. Okay, low ang sugar level niya sa dugo. What should be the first aid that you can give that person? Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for number 4? Again, number 4, this is in the category of science. Ma'am Marie Robles, first-timer, welcome po. Okay, number 4 again, you have a patient here who collapsed. Okay, so nahimatay yung patient mo due to her low sugar level in the blood. Okay, so this is a condition we call hypoglycemia. Okay, hypoglycemia. What should be the first aid that you should apply at once? Okay, iba-iba po yung sagot nyo na may C, may A, may B, may D. The correct answer for this one would be letter D. Give a glass of Coca-Cola or Sprite. Pag merong nahimatay dahil sa hypoglycemia, kulang yung sugar level sa kanyang blood, usually pinapainom lang siya ng Coke. Why? Because Coke, of course, is sugar. Okay, so Coke, Sprite, those are all sugar. Okay, so the correct answer for this one would be letter D. Give a glass of Coca-Cola or Sprite. Yung number 4 mo, or choice A mo, hot glass, mainit. Letter B mo naman, cold glass of coffee without sugar. Okay, so walang sugar. Sugar nga po yung kailangan natin dahil yung sugar level sa blood niya is low. Letter C mo naman, the patient to take hot porridge. Yung A and C mo, parehong mainit. So hintayin mo pang lumamig ang mga to. Okay, hindi mo po pwedeng ipakain kaagad or ipainom kaagad dahil nga mainit pa. So, remember, first aid, dapat daglian mo siyang ibibigay. So, the correct answer here would be letter D. Give a glass of Coca-Cola or Sprite, which actually happens. In reality, ito talaga yung ginagamit na first aid kapag merong hinimatay dahil sa blood sugar level na naging low. Okay, so hypoglycemia. All right, so the correct answer again is letter D for number 4. We go to number 5. At the onset of the rainy season, the epidemic of dengue is feared. Which practice is the best approach to prevent its occurrence at homes? Is it letter A, submit children to vaccination? Letter B, avoid mosquito bites in the afternoon? Letter C, fumigate the house with smoke and chemicals? Letter D, clean the yard of breeding places for mosquitoes like old tires, cans, etc. Ma'am Gagang Taray, welcome po. First timer. Ma'am Edna De Luna, first timer, welcome po. Okay, a lot of you are already answering for number 5, and I think I'm seeing the correct answer. And that's letter D. Tama po yung letter D. Clean the yard of breeding places for mosquitoes like old tires, cans, etc. So ito yung ginagawa natin sa ating mga baybahay. Ito din yung sinasabi ng Department of Health, ng ating mga ang tawag dito, ng mga barangay, okay, ng ating pamayanan, yung ating mga community. Ito yung sinasabi, prevention is always better than cure. So we clean the yard, we clean our houses with breeding places for mosquitoes like old tires, cans, etc. Now we go to number 6. Okay, this is in the category of your favorite category, which is math. The price of gasoline has gone high. The gas station ordered 120,000 liters before the price increase. However, only 1,500 liters were sold. How many liters are now sold at the new price? Is it 112,000, 11,500, 118,000, or 108,500? Ma'am Arlene Garcia, it's okay po. Habol po. Sir Oth or Ma'am Oth, meron po tayong Filipino. Sa GenEd po kasi, we don't know what's gonna come out. So, ganun din po yung ginagawa natin dito. Minsan po sa live stream natin, maraming Filipino, walang math. Minsan naman, ang daming math. So, depende po sa items na ilalagay natin. Hindi po natin nilalagay na if we have 15 items, we don't put 3 items, English 3 items, Filipino 3 items, science, hindi po. We don't distribute it evenly because that also does not happen in the actual lab. So, kung ano lang po yung question na lumabas, yan lamang po ating dinidiscuss. So, minsan po puro Filipino, puro English, puro science, minsan naman puro math. Good evening, Sir Jads Bautista. Okay, so again, this is math. So, iba sa inyo, nung nakitang math, medyo ninervyos na, no? Alright, go ahead. Please try to solve. Again, hindi na po allowed ang calculator sa math, sa lab. In your GenEd, hindi na po allowed yung calculator. So make sure that you know how to solve this manually. Okay. Now, what do you think is the correct answer for this? No, sabi tumaas daw yung presyo ng gasolina. The gas station ordered 120 liters before the price increase. So before the price increase, nakabili na sila, nag-order na sila ng 120,000 liters. However, 1,500 liters lamang yung nabenta. So yung tanong ngayon, how many liters are now sold at the new price? So it's very easy. This is math, but it's a very simple computation. This is simply subtraction. So simply isasubtract mo yung 1,500 mo na naibenta na from the total na binili, which is 120,000. Okay, so the answer would be letter C, 118,500. Okay, so 118,500 po is the correct answer for number 6. All right, so we go to question number 7. Still in math, a bomb was dropped in an area where the rebels were hiding. The perimeter of the damaged area was 480 meters and the width was 15 meters. What was the length of the damaged area? Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot? Sa number 7, which is still math. Okay? Yes, Sir Fragile Baby Balls, dati po ay allowed yung calculator. So ngayon hindi na. Again, Ma'am Angel Flores is asking bakit walang English. Depende po sa kung anong topics meron tayo. So, halo-halo lang po ito. Kung ano lang po yung subject. Minsan po maraming English. In our last discussion, maraming English. Okay, now what do you think is the correct answer for number 7? Hula ulit? Okay, some of you are already answered for number 7. So again, you have a bomb that was dropped in an area where the rebels were hiding. Now, ang perimeter ng area mo was 480 meters. The width was 15 meters. So what was the length of the damaged area? We all know that we need the length and the width for us to get the perimeter of a certain area. Okay, so this one, the perimeter is given, the width is given. You are asked for the length. Okay, now we go to your computation. Tingnan natin yung inyong computation. So again, remember, your perimeter would be equal to 2 multiplied by the quantity, length plus width. Okay, so your perimeter again is given as 480 meters. So we simply supply that to our formula. We substitute P, perimeter, with the given, which is 480 meters. The width, also we supply that. We substitute 15 meters. Okay, so this is already our mathematical equation. And of course, we know that we should distribute 2 here. Okay, so we have to distribute 2 to the items in our quantity. So that means 480 meters equals 2 times L is 2L. And 2 multiplied by positive 15 meters, that's positive 30 meters. Okay? Now, we want to isolate this item here. Okay? So by isolating, pwede naman nating ilipat dito sa kabila para hindi kayo maguluhan. That means we have 2L equals 480 meters minus 30 meters. From a positive sign here, dilipat natin itong 30 meters, and so now it has a negative sign. Okay, so 480 meters minus 30 meters. Now 480 minus 30, that means that's 2L equals 450 meters. Now to get the value for our variable L, we simply need to divide both sides by 2 para ma-isolate natin tong L, ma-cancel out natin itong 2. Okay, so we divide both sides by 2, which means L equals 450 meters divided by 2, which is equal to 225 meters. So the correct answer is letter D. Okay, letter D, 225 meters. That's correct. Okay, so number 7 po, D is the correct answer. Now we go to number 8. Okay, still in math. If a function is defined by a set of ordered pairs 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 8, 4, 16, 5y, then the value of y is it 10, 20, 25, or 32? Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot for question number 8? Still math. Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for number 8? All right, so again, 8 is still a math question. A lot of you are answering D, my C. Okay, so still number 8 is a math question, but this is very easy. Tingnan lamang po ninyo ang ang mga ordered pairs ninyo, no? If we are looking at the x, okay, sa mga x natin, no, sa ating mga ordered pairs, this is 1, then 2, nag-i-increase lamang siya pa isa-isa, 3, 4, and 5. Okay? Now, sa y mo naman, y values mo, you have 2, then it became 4, then it became 8, then it became 16. So that means it is being multiplied by 2. Okay, so 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16, which give us the correct answer. 16 times 2 would be letter D, 32. Okay, so 32 po yung tamang sagot for number 8. Letter D, 32 for number 8. All right, now we go to the next item. Number 9, social studies. Which type of justice implies the duty of one individual to give another what he is due? Is it letter A, social justice, letter B, international justice, letter C, commutative justice, or letter D, distributive justice? Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for number 9? The duty of one individual to give another what he is due. Okay, karamihan sa inyo A ang sagot. Social justice. Meron ding D. All right, now for number 9, again, number 9, the question is, which type of justice implies the duty of one individual to give another what he is due? Now, your choices are social justice, international justice, commutative justice, distributive justice. Now, we have the different types of justice here. You have 3 types of justice on our slide here. The first one is commutative justice. This is proper exchange of justice. So this happens between individuals, okay? So this type of justice happens between individuals, commutative justice. Now, the next type is distributive justice. This is the equal distribution of wealth, other benefits from the government. Okay, so distributive justice, ito po ay dinidistribute sa lahat ng mga tao from the government. Now, social justice naman, this is a justice that addresses social problems. Okay, so these are the 3 types of justice that we have. Now, if you are looking at it, distributive justice is the type of justice coming from the government to the people. Okay? Now, social justice naman is coming from the people going to the government. Well, commutative justice is the type of justice that is between the people in our community. Okay? So again, distributive justice is given by the government to the people. Social justice is what you can contribute in your society going to your government. Okay? So that's social justice. Commutative justice is what happens between individuals in a community or in a society, which means that the correct answer here, sabi niya, one individual to give another what he is due. And your correct answer would be letter C, commutative justice po. Okay, so commutative justice is the correct answer for number 9. All right, given by an individual to another. Okay, so that is between individuals. This is commutative justice. Okay, now we go to number 10. In teaching, devices have been classified as hardware and software. Which is a software in computer terms? Is it data or data, program, byte, or information? Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot for number 10? Again, for number 10, you are being asked for the software. Okay, iba-iba din yung answer nyo. A lot of people in Facebook are answering with the letter A, data. Okay, now sabi dito ng number 10 mo, devices in teaching have been classified as hardware and software. These are two terms that are used in computer education, in computer science. Which is a software? Saan dito yung software in computer terms? We're being asked for the software. Now, again, ang hardware mo, these are the actual physical things that you use. Okay, so your laptop, for example, your device, your printer, your keyboard, your scanner, these are all hardware. Ang software mo naman, these are the letter B. These are the programs that you use. So software mo, for example, Microsoft is a software. Your Excel is a software, okay, which is also part of Microsoft. Lahat ng computer programs na ginagamit mo in using computers, these are your software. Okay, so software po ay yung programang ginagamit natin when we are using the computer, and hardware are the physical things that we really use. So yung laptop, yung printer, your scanner, your keyboard, these are all hardware. Pero yung software mo, these are the computer programs. So letter B is the correct answer. Okay, letter B, computer program. Now we go to 11. Noise can be a pollution. When is it a nuisance? Is it letter A, noise about 140 dB or decibels causes pain in the eardrum? Letter B, noise caused by a percussion affect hearing. Letter C, chimes can be destructive to the ear. Letter D, decibels can be loud and soft. Kaya yung tamang sagot for number 11, this is in the category of science. Ma'am Rafaela Joy Fajardo, thank you po. Thank you po for your ayuda. Tatawagan kitang konsehala. Konsehala Rafaela. Sir Melfred, habol po tayo. Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot for number 11, which is in the category of science? Okay, so 11 again, sabi ng 11 mo, noise can be a pollution. When is it a nuisance? Kailan nakakasakit na ang isang ingay, no? Or ang ingay. All right, now if you are looking at your decibel, okay? So decibel po is a measure of the sound, kung gaano ka kalakas yung sound, no? So if someone is whispering, that's only 30 decibels. Normal conversation is just 60 decibels. Washing machine is 70 decibels. City traffic is 90 decibels. Power tools, yung mga drill nyo, no? This is already 100 decibels. Live concert is 110 decibels. Ambulance siren, 120. 140 would be your jet engine taking off. So yung mga aeroplano natin pag take off. Now, 160, this is a 12-gauge shotgun. Okay, so now danger level, hindi po dangerous yung mga levels dito for whisper, normal conversation, washing machine, okay pa yan. Now, dito, medyo caution na. And of course, these are the dangerous levels. Okay, so ito po yung mga dangerous levels natin. Okay, so which tells us that the correct answer would be letter A. Noise about 140 dB causes pain in the eardrum. Okay, so masakit na po siya. Masakit na po siya sa ating tenga at nakakabingi na siya. Okay, so that's number 11. Noise about 140 dB causes pain in the eardrum. Okay, so number 11 is letter A. Now we go to number 12. Still in the category of science, vaccinating early in ages 1 to 5 is effective to control diseases like polio. What is the vaccine called? Is it the Salk vaccine, anti-rabies, pre-measles, anti-TB? Ma'am Joy Dairet, thank you so much po for your ayuda. Okay, Ma'am Joy, maraming salamat po. Chairwoman Joy. Okay, thank you po. Maraming salamat sa mga nagbibigay ng ayuda sa Gurong Pinoy. At sa mga hindi pa at sa mga gusto pang magbigay ng ayuda, huwag po kayo mahiya. We would greatly appreciate your ayuda. Thank you po. Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot for number 12? Vaccination, of course, we know is very effective and it's very much recommended. Okay, so lahat ng mga bata natin, mga anak natin, ay meron talang vaccination. Meron silang mga baby book na tinatawag. So dapat ikompleto ang kanilang vaccination. So ano kaya yung tamang sagot for number 12? What is the vaccine called? We're talking about polio. Ma'am Priscilla Llamas, you're asking how to give ayuda. You just press, nasa chat box po natin, meron pong parang dollar sign. Nasa right side po. Yan po yung i-press nyo, ma'am. Okay, then you can choose either super sticker siya or super chat. Then you can choose the amount. Okay, now going back to number 12, vaccinating early in ages 1 to 5 is effective to control diseases like polio. What is the vaccine called? The correct answer for this would be, again, we're talking about polio. So you know, kahit hindi nyo alam yung letter A na Salk vaccine, which is the correct answer, you know that we're not talking about rabies, measles, or TB. Okay, it's pretty obvious. Your correct choice would be letter A, Salk vaccine. Okay, so the first person who created the first polio vaccine was Mr. Jonas Salk. That's why the vaccine is called the Salk vaccine. Okay, so letter A is the correct answer. All right, now we go to 13. Okay, 13 is also a math question. The amount deducted from your salary per month includes 10% for income tax, 5% for GSIS, and 2% for a loan. Your take home is 8,300. What is your monthly salary? Is it 10,000, 10,500, 11,000, 9,500? Oh, thank you so much, Governor Miguel. Si Gov Miguel, no, every live stream ay nagbibigay talaga si Gov. Maraming salamat po, Gov. Thank you po. All right, what do you think is the correct answer for number 13? Ano kaya yung tamang sagot for number 13? This is still math. Okay, I will be giving you a few minutes to do your computation. Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for number 13? This is the third to the last question in our GenEd. Okay, so many of you on YouTube are already answering. And many are answering with the letter A. Okay, now, so again, going back to your question here, the amount deducted from your salary, yung amount na kinukuha sa salary mo, is 10% for income tax, 5% for GSIS, 2% for a loan. Now, yung take home mo, pagkatapos na ma-deduct itong mga deductions na to, is 8,300. Now, what is your monthly salary? Now, una-una po natin gagawin dito, ay i-add natin itong mga kinakaltas, no, sa iyong salary. Ilang percentage po ba ito? Okay, so what I do is 10% plus 5% plus 2%. That means 17% is deducted from your salary. Okay, so 17% na yung na-deduct sa iyong salary. Now, gagawin natin, ikakaltas natin itong 17% mula sa 100% na kabuuang sweldo mo. So 100% minus 17%, that would be 83%, which means na itong take-home pay mo na 8,300 ay 83% na lamang ng iyong salary. dahil yung kinarutas na 17%, hindi nakasama dyan. Okay? So 8,300, which is your take-home pay, is 83% of your salary. Now, we make our mathematical statement, okay? Your math statement mo na 8,300 is 83% of your monthly salary. Okay, so 8,300 is 83% of X, which is unknown. Now, I have already told you before sa math, when you see the term is, that would be equal to the equal sign. Okay, so this is equals, and of means multiply. Okay, which means that your math statement, your math sentence can be 8,300 equals, that is, equals 83% of X. So what happens here is that we change the 83% into decimal form. We simply move the decimal point 2 times to the left. So that's 0.83 multiplied by X. Again, yung of mo, nagiging multiply siya. So that's why I've just written, or I've just typed 0.83X. Okay, because the term of in math is multiplication. So I multiplied 0.83 by X. Now, kailangan natin itong X na ma-isolate, no? Makuha natin yung X. So, for us to isolate X, i-divide natin both sides by 0.83. Okay, so we divide both sides by 0.83. That means X is 8,300 divided by 0.83. And the correct answer would be 10,000. That's letter A. Okay, so 10,000, that's letter A. Letter A po ang correct answer. Okay, that's for number 13. Now, again, before we continue with numbers 14 and 15, last two questions, I'd like you to please send me your score until 13. Again, your passing percentage for GenEd is 60%. That's 9 out of 15. Congressman Migs the Great. Kakabalik lang ni Sir Migs dahil bago lang nagkakuryente. It's okay po. Habol po tayo. Alright, 11 out of 13, 12, 9, 8, 7, 10. Okay, good job po. Habol po. Congressman Migs the Great, thank you for your ayuda. Salamat po. Salamat, Congressman. Okay, now a lot of you have very good scores. Good job. And we still have the last two questions. Okay, so puntahan na po natin last two questions natin. Question number 14, children of obese parents have natural tendencies to be obese. Doctors advise parents of maintaining the right weight of children ages 0 to 12 by reducing milk intake, encouraging more intake of soda drinks, giving balanced diets with accompanying exercise, letter D, reducing intake of chocolate, candies, and pastries. Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for 14? This is very easy, medyo common sense na siya in the category science. Ma'am Che Apostol, okay lang po, habol po kayo. Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for number 14? Okay, so sabi ng 14 natin, children of obese parents daw, may natural tendencies din to be obese. Pag sinabi mong obese, masyadong mataba, okay? So, masyadong malusog. So, ano nga ba yung advice ng doctor para ma-maintain yung right weight ng mga bata from 0 to 12? Is it letter A, reduce the milk intake, encourage more intake of soda drinks, giving balanced diets with accompanying exercise, or reducing the intake of chocolate, candies, and pastries? Okay, now, of course, we know that we cannot do letter A, okay? Especially pag gatas, especially if infant pa yung bata, no? Gatas lang talaga yung kumpleto para sa kanila. Wala silang solid food pa. So we cannot do letter A. Encouraging more intake of soda drinks. We know that soda is detrimental for the health, okay? So hindi po magandang ini-encourage yung maraming soda, maraming Coke, maraming Pepsi, maraming Sprite, of course, because this is sugar. Okay, so nakakataas po ito ng blood sugar level, nagkakaroon ng diabetes. Okay, so hindi po ito maganda. Now, letters C and D mo, these are good answers. Okay, pareho silang magandang sagot. sabi ng letter D mo, reducing the intake of chocolate, candies, and pastries. So, less intake, less na lang yung kakainin nilang tsokolate, candies, and pastries, which is good. But of course, the best answer here would be letter C, giving balanced diets with accompanying exercise. Okay, so balanced diet meaning kompleto, lahat ng ingredients niya, lahat ng nutrients na kailangan ng bata. Then of course, my accompanying exercise. Okay, so letter C po ang tamang sagot for number 14. Okay, now we go to the last question for GenEd. During the national census, each household member is asked to give letter A, his reason for staying in the house, letter B, his data, age, sex, language, etc. Letter C, his earnings for 10 years, or letter D, his nationality and religion. Ano yung binibigay natin? Ano yung tinatanong sa atin kapag may census? Okay, this is a very common question. Madali lang po itong question na to. What do you think is the correct answer for the last question, GenEd, for today, July 16th? Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot? Alam natin na lahat tayo siguro naka-experience na ng census. Ano yung tinatanong pag census? Oy, Sir Felix, na-miss ka namin. Welcome back. Wala ka kasi, napansin namin wala ka last live stream dahil may about the broken-hearted na naman doon. No? May heartbroken na question. So, hinanap ka namin. Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot for the last question for number 15 natin na GenEd? Sir Rex Kadungog, first timer po ba? Welcome po. Sir Mindfully Flourish, welcome po. Thank you. Ma'am JM Hesulgon or Sir JM Hesulgon, welcome po. Okay, what do you think is the correct answer here? Ano nga ba yung tinatanong sa atin? Okay, the correct answer here would be letter B. Of course, yung data natin, yung data natin, yan yung kinukuha sa atin, especially pag merong pumupunta sa mga bahay natin for the census. Okay, so the age, the sex, the language, these are some things that are asked from us during the census. Okay, so the correct answer, of course, would be letter B for number 15. All right, so that ends our GenEd discussion. So again, if you're watching on Facebook, make sure that you go to our YouTube channel, Gurong Pinoy, and continue watching our live stream because Facebook's live stream is only a preview. That's only going to be until GenEd. All right, now let's take a few minutes of break. Let's go take a few minutes of break. Mag-restroom break muna. Mayora Mercy Grace Gayo, thank you po. Thank you po sa inyong ayuda. Thank you. All right, now let's take a few minutes of break. We'll be back with ProfEd.
I am a graduate of Bachelor of Industrial Technology, major in Food Technology 2015, Diploma in Teaching 2017 at Iloilo Science and Technology University, Miaco Campus. I am a LET passer of September 2017 with SLRTC and Gurong Pinoy as my review center. Currently, I am a foreign language teacher at sa Pitungsong School, Maconsi, Tamarat, Thailand. I have been teaching here since 2018. Now, my positive experience with SLRTC Gurong Pinoy is during that time, I need to be out of my classes because I have a sick mom and a sick dad, which were admitted at Double Doctors Hospital, so I need to travel back and forth. Now, Ma'am Mac and Sir Ram, they will be sending me review materials, video clips, or any related articles which will help me in my review. They will also teach me and pray for me that I will be going to ace my lab examinations. Now, they're really committed to their advocacy, which is to help all aspiring educators to fulfill their dreams of becoming a licensed professional teacher. Their compassion to prepare you mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically is beyond words. SLRTC Gurung Pinoy is the right choice for you to ace your lab examination. Subscribe, Gurung Pinoy. Cup and cup.
Sawadika Tukun. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Junilin Lu F. Palma from the Philippines. But currently, I am living and working here or teaching here in Thailand since 2018. My course is Bachelor of Science in Industrial Education 2017 in Iloilo Science and Technology University. Teaching is my first love career. That's why I'm very passionate about it. Well, that's not only reason why I pursue teaching, but also I find it challenging and fun. Also, I love traveling so much. That's why currently I am teaching English as a foreign language here in Thailand. I am a lead passer September 2017 with SLRTC family. As my review center, I am very happy that I choose the right center. Their main focus is to achieve your goal, which is to be a teacher. They help us to prepare for lab, and I am thankful for all the ideas they gave me. The techniques in answering for exam and for all the things that they taught me. I have learned so much from them. Also, the advices about relaxing and keeping myself calm at the exam. It really works. That's it, and I'm looking forward to see you and be a part of SLRTC family. Thank you. Kapun ka.
In life, people may come and go. Some will be remembered, and sadly, some will be forgotten. But one thing is for sure, I will never forget Studying Review and Tutorial Center, especially the founders of the said Review and Tutorial Center, Teacher Mac and Teacher Ram. Good day, everybody. This is Devin Lester Ibanez, a licensed professional teacher, a proud member of SLRTC, and a proud SLR teacher. Way back 2017, as an elementary education graduate, one of the main challenges we had faced was the licensure examination for teacher. This exam will submit and validate your 4-year training and learning as a teacher to be licensed and be able to land a job in the field of teaching profession. The exam is nerve-wracking. Anxiety and many sleepless nights had been experienced. But because of SLRTC, the exam was like eating a piece of cake. I am a living testimony of how effective and accurate the Review Center's strategy and techniques in beating the lead. So if you want to be a certified and a licensed teacher, make sure to be a certified SLRTician first. Good day, and see you in the field of teaching profession soon. Bye. Wish you all the best.
Hello everyone, I am Iros Baraño, a graduate of Bachelor of Elementary Education, and I took the LAT last September 2017. And yes, I am now an LPT, and that's all thanks to the great help and contribution of Guru Pinoy in my journey. Yes, mga best. I chose Durham Pinoy as my review center kasi dito ko talaga nakita at na-feel mismo na you are not just treated as a mere student, but you are really treated as part of the family where the love is there, the care is there, and you are the main priority talaga. The management, the professors, and the teachers are very professionals, very dynamic, and well esteemed. I really learned a lot from the review center and during my review. Kasi po, na-refresh talaga yung mga learnings ko all throughout my educational journey at malaki talaga ang tulong during the actual board exam. Lumalabas po talaga yung mga tinuturo nila dito. So, to all the letters out there, just keep on pushing, just keep on believing, and keep the faith burning. I am now currently waiting for public employment, hopefully, of ProfEd. So, God bless everyone!
Lazaro. I'm a Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English. I'm currently teaching in Licol Montessori of Don Bosco here in Ticawati, Iloilo. And the review center that helped me a lot throughout my LET journey is StudyLink Review and Tutorial Center. I can say that choosing a review center requires a lot of careful thought since it is every taker's goal to pass the exam. And I did the right choice by choosing SLRTC. First, because they provided us with promising lecturers from different famous universities here in Iloilo. All the lecturers were amazing. They made us feel less pressured because they made the atmosphere educational but fun. And their teaching techniques was easy to keep in mind and very smooth. Secondly, StudyLink Review and Tutorial Center provided us with volume of lecture notes which developed our critical and analytical thinking skills, especially in ProfEd, because all the questions in professional education are situational and the answers were very tricky. And lastly, the review staffs were very accommodating. They addressed all our concerns and queries promptly, and they made us feel motivated. So I think it is a good choice to choose SLRTC as your review center in the near future, especially now that they are willing to adopt the new normal. I think all the new enrollees will enjoy the quality review that the StudyLink gives. So kudos to Team SLRTC.
All right, we are back. So before we start with the ProfEd part, let me just read a few of the things that you have chatted. Nandito sa ating chat. Ma'am JM Hisulgon, the schedule for our live streams for the entire month of July would be Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturday, 7 p.m. Okay, so balik po kayo ng Saturday, 7 p.m. Then after po niyan would be Tuesday ulit. Okay, so Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 7 p.m. Don't forget to like this video po. Also subscribe and hit that bell button so that you will be notified if we have a live stream or if we have a new video coming out. Okay? Now, Ma'am Tessie Saison, thank you so much po for your ayuda, yung aking relative. Okay? My family name when I was not married yet is also Saison. Okay? Now, sino pa? Ano pa yung mga nakita ko dito? Okay, Ma'am Suror Pamnagon, thank you po for your positive comment. Maraming salamat. Ma'am Eva Cuenca, may tanong si Ma'am Eva dito. Curious daw siya sa letter E sa LET. Mapipili din ba sila? Napipili yung letter E kung wala talaga sa choice mo yung, kung for example, mali yung mga choices. Wala ka talagang mapili. For example, yung question, which among the following is which among the following is not a fat-soluble vitamin? Not a fat-soluble vitamin. Tapos yung mga choices mo is flour, vegetable, plant, human. Okay? Of course, hindi posible yung mga choices. Wala talaga sa choices mo yung posibleng answer. And when that happens, then you can choose letter A, meaning mali yung choices. Okay? So, mali po yung choices. Okay. All right, so that's it for now. Sir Jimmy Henon, sabi ni Sir Jimmy, balikan ko na lang muna. Okay. All right. Alagaan nyo na lang po muna yung baby nyo. Okay, now for those of you who have already sent your receipt, maya-maya po, right after the live stream, I will be adding you to Grow since I cannot do that now, okay? So maya-maya po, i-add ko kayo sa Grow right after this. Of course, the questions in our live stream go straight to Grow. And of course, after that, I'm also gonna be sending a lot of other materials that can help you pass the LET. Okay, now we continue with your ProfEd. Again, ProfEd is still 15 items. If this is your first time, make sure that you're answering with us, write your answers, check your own work, and try your best so that you get at least 60% of 15, which is 9. Okay, so I will be asking you later of the things or of the score that you have. Sir Miguel, you said you have a request. I-send mo lamang po. In a few minutes, I'd be able to read it. Okay, now number 1, in moral life, responsibility depends on one's knowingly and freely doing an act. In which of the following situations would you attribute responsibility? Is it letter A, a person knowingly passes or knowingly passing counterfeit money? An insane person strikes someone's head with a hammer? A 4-year-old fires a loaded gun, killing his own father? Letter D, a nurse administers the medicine despite the patient's refusal. Okay, so sabi in moral life, responsibility depends on one's knowingly and freely doing an act. In which of the following situations would you attribute responsibility? Ano kaya yung tamang sagot for question number 1, ProfEd? Sir Carl Gaurano, we only have Palawan, ML, and Cebuana po. If you cannot pay it, then you may ask a family member or a friend to pay it for you, but make sure that you send us the receipt through Gurong Pinoy's Facebook page. Tapos sabihin nyo po kung anong Facebook account nyo yung gusto nyong i-add sa Grow. Ma'am Edna De Luna, yung details po on how to pay is at the beginning of this video. So po pwede nyo pong balikan later. Sir Rex Kadungog, Grow po is Gurong Pinoy Review Online Work Group. This is where we send all the exclusive materials, all the questions that we're discussing here in the live stream, and also thousands of other questions that are coming out in the lab. So if you want to be part of Grow po, it's very cheap. It's only 250 pesos po. So you can pay through Palawan, Cebuana, or ML. The details po are in the beginning, are at the start of this video. So balikan nyo na lang po later. Okay, now many of you are answering letter D. Ang dami yung sagot ay letter D. Marami kaya yung tama or marami kaya nagkamali? Ma'am Maylin Tabora, I'm not sure po kung unavailable yung super sticker sa Abu Dhabi. I-try niyo po, super chat. Okay, now going back to our question here, sabi dito sa ating question, in moral life, responsibility daw, responsable ka lang kung alam mo at freely ay ginawa mo talaga yung act. Kung alam mo, conscious ka na ginawa mo yung act and you freely did it. Okay? Walang ibang nag-utos sa'yo. Okay? Then, the question is, in which of the following situations would you attribute responsibility? Alin dito sa mga sitwasyong ito ang dapat irresponsable yung tao? Okay? So this one, which one or which among your choices would you attribute responsibility? Alam niya talaga na meron siyang ginagawa. Is it a person knowingly passing counterfeit money? Counterfeit money po, that means fake money. Knowingly passing. Alam niya na fake yung pera pero ginagamit niya. An insane person, a crazy person, yung lukaret, no, na nag-strike ng someone's head with a hammer. A 4-year-old who fires a loaded gun, killing his own father. A nurse administers the medicine despite the patient's refusal. Okay, so yung nurse naman, kailangan talaga niyang gawin to dahil ito yung role niya bilang nurse. So the correct answer here would be letter A. A person knowingly passing counterfeit money. Alam niyang counterfeit yung money, alam niyang peke yung pera, pero ginagamit pa rin niya. Okay, so that's letter A for number 1. Napaka-tricky ng question, ang daming mali. Okay, ang daming mali ng sa number 1. It's okay, okay? Habol po tayo and bawi tayo. We go to number 2. Which of the following statements defines ethics? Saan dito yung true definition of the term ethics? Is it letter A, the study of being in general, the science of correct thinking, the study of the nature of human knowledge, or the study of the rightness or wrongness of human action? Ma'am Annalisa said 300 yung nasend niya. Thank you po. So akin na lang yung 50, ma'am. Salamat po sa yung ayuda, Ma'am Annalisa. Okay, so again, the person you are sending the money to, that is not us. That's just my sister-in-law since wala kami sa Pilipinas. And so what we do is, that's why we're asking you to send us the receipt dahil kami yung nag-a-add sa inyo sa Grow. Because we don't have the remittance, we don't have the money. Okay, so nasa sister-in-law ko na nasa Pilipinas because of course we're here in the US. Okay, now a lot of you are answering letter D again. Marami na namang sumagot ng letter D. Is this a repeat of number 1? Marami na naman kaya yung mali? Okay, so we go to the correct answer for number 2. Again, the question is which one defines ethics? And the correct answer for this would be letter D. Tama na kayo. Okay, so letter D, the study of the rightness or wrongness of human action, that is ethics. Now, what are some of the few things that we have here? The other things that we have here, the study of being, this is called ontology. Paki-add po niyan sa inyong notes, baka yan yung lumabas sa left. Ontology po is the study of being. Again, ontology is the study of being. The science of correct thinking, that would be logic. Okay, so logic po yung science of correct thinking. Then, of course, letter C, the study of the nature of human knowledge, that would be epistemology. Okay, so ethics po is letter D, the study of the rightness or wrongness of human action. Okay, so A, B, and C, nandyan po yung terms for the different choices that we have. Make sure that you add that in your notes. Okay, now we go to number 3. Which of the following runs counter to the development of honesty and accountability? Letter A, payment of just wages to workers and employees. Letter B, equal payment of government employees for productivity pay. Letter C, being vigilant about weights and measures used in the market. Letter D, transparency in operation of the barangay and other organizations through public reporting. Ma'am Rizel, thank you po. Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot for question number 3? Question number 3 for our ProfEd. Oh, ang dami na namang sumasagot ng D. Paborito niyo lagi yung D. Tama kaya yung letter D? Okay, we go back to our question. Sabi ng question mo, which of the following runs counter? Looking at your question here, sabi nga, which one runs counter? Meaning, saan dito yung kabaliktaran? Saan dito ang hindi sumasang-ayon sa development ng honesty and accountability. Tingnan nyo po, sabi ko sa inyo, when you are taking the ProfEd part, be very careful when you're reading your question. The answer usually is already in the question. Okay, so sabi, which of the following runs counter to the development of honesty and accountability? Runs counter po. That means kasalungat. Okay, hindi siya nakakatulong sa development ng honesty and accountability. Is it the payment of just wages to workers and employees? Payment po ng tamang sahod? Equal payment, pantay-pantay yung payment sa productivity pay. Being vigilant, binabantayan nyo kung tama yung weights, yung measurement na ginagamit sa market. Transparency in operation of the barangay and other organizations through public reporting. Meaning, napaka-transparent ng lahat ng mga nangyayari sa barangay, alam ng mga tao. Now, again, going back to the question, sabi ng question, runs counter. So, saan dito yung kasalungat ng honesty and accountability? The correct answer po here would be letter B, equal payment of government employees for productivity pay. Now, bakit letter B? Bakit hindi tama itong letter B? Kasi tama naman ito, dapat sakto yung sahod, dapat ibantayan nyo kung tama yung timbang, dapat transparent kayo sa mga ginagawa nyo sa barangay. Bakit mali itong letter B? Bakit hindi siya nakakapag-develop ng honesty and accountability? Ito po ay sa kadahilanan na sabi ng letter B mo, equal payment of government employees for productivity pay. Now, ang productivity pay po ay ang reward-based payment to employees based on quantity of work and outputs. Meaning, pag mas maganda yung trabaho mo, mas marami yung output mo, mas malaki yung productivity pay mo. Sabi ng letter B mo, equal payment lahat ng government employees. Kahit yung tamad, walang ginagawa, natutulog lamang, ganun din yung matatanggap yung productivity pay when you compare it with the productivity pay of someone who is doing his work really well, okay, who's producing a lot of outputs, a lot of products, okay? So that's why siya po yung mali. Okay? Yan po yung tamang sagot natin sa number 3. It runs counter to the development of honesty and accountability dahil yung productivity pay po dapat nakadepende sa performance mo, sa quality, quantity ng output mo. Okay, so letter B po is the correct answer. Sorry po, sabi ni Sir Felix, naiwan ang letter E. Okay, letter D dahil hindi napili, no? Okay, now we go to number 4. The value of education, deference to authority, and filial piety in the Philippines is an influence of. Is it letter A, Buddhist, letter B, Hindus, letter C, Taoist, or letter D, Confucianism? Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot for number 4? Sir Felix, hindi napili. Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for number 4? Okay, so halos lahat D na naman yung sagot. D na naman kaya kayo mapili? Or tama kaya yung letter D? Okay, suking-suking nga si letter D, no? Alright, so again, the question is the value of education, deference to authority, and filial piety in the Philippines is an influence of. Sino nga ba yung naka-impluensya sa atin kung bakit napakahalaga sa atin ng edukasyon, tayo ay sumusunod sa authority, and of course, meron tayong filial piety, meron tayong respeto sa ating mga mas nakakatanda. Okay, this is an influence of letter D, of course, that's Confucianism. Remember, sabi ni Confucius, you should have the 5 basic relationships para yung society ay maging peaceful, maging successful. Okay, so some examples of these 5 basic relationships would be the relationship of husband to wife, the parent or the father to son, the older brother to the younger brother, and so on. Friend to a friend. Sabi pa ni Confucius, For you to be a good leader, dapat good follower ka din. So, of course, si Confucius din yung nagbigay sa atin ng golden rule, which is do unto others what you want others to do unto you. Okay? So, that's letter D for number 4. Now, kung hindi nyo pa alam yung mga influence ng other people here, other choices here sa ating number 4, panoorin nyo po itong live stream natin dati. Okay? Ito po yung thumbnail. Nakikita nyo dyan sa inyong screen. That's the thumbnail of a live stream kung saan po ay diniscuss ko na itong lahat ng ito. Okay? So ano nga ba yung naging influence ng Buddhist, ng Hindus, ng Taoist, ng Confucianism sa ating education in the Philippines. Kasama din po sa live stream na yan lahat ng relevant laws, lahat ng RA, lahat ng PD na kailangan nyo malaman sa education. Okay? So kung hindi nyo pa napapanood yung live stream na yan, yan po yung thumbnail, panoorin nyo po at tiyak kong marami kayong matututunan dyan. Okay, so letter D, tama. Hindi siya iniwan sa eret. Pinili po yung tamang sagot. That's letter D. Okay, we go to number 5. Which of the following is used to determine the student performance before the beginning of instruction? Letter A, summative assessment. Letter B, formative assessment. Letter C, diagnostic assessment. Letter D, placement assessment. Thank you so much, Kapitana Norhana Esmael, sa iyong ayuda. Maraming salamat po, Kapitana. Thank you. Sir Rolando, habol na lang po. Okay, iba-iba yung inyong sagot. Karamihan, ang sagot ay letter C. Going back to our question, which of the following is used to determine the student performance? And that would be student performance before the beginning of instruction. Okay, student performance before the beginning of instruction. Ito po yung pinaka-importanting tip dito. And that would be letter C, diagnostic assessment. Now remember, diagnostic tests are given before the instruction. Okay, before the instruction, at the beginning, bago ka pa mag-instruct, binibigay mo na yung diagnostic test because this is meant to measure the strengths and the weaknesses of your student. Now, again, this is given before instruction. Summative assessment is, or formative assessment is given during instruction. Yung summative assessment mo naman is given after instruction. Okay, so these are the 3 major types of assessments. So again, diagnostic assessment, given before instruction. During instruction mo naman, you have formative assessment. And after instruction, you can use your summative assessment. So achievement tests, your first grading test, your grading exams, these are all examples of your summative assessment. Ano naman itong placement assessment? Ito naman ay ginagamit or binibigay before enrollment. Okay, this is before enrollment. This measures whether a person is going to be successful at the college level. No? Usually, ang placement, kasama siya ng ating mga entrance tests sa college. Okay, so letter C po for number 5. All right, so letter C is the correct answer for number 5. Now we go to number 6. Which is not a characteristic of preventive discipline? Alin dito ang hindi characteristic ng preventive discipline? Is it letter A, reactive, letter B, proactive, letter C, anticipatory, or letter D, inventive? Okay, which one is the correct answer for number 6? Oh, sabi ni Ma'am Buenafe, may nagkakaintindihan na si Sir Felix at Ma'am Rafaela. May nabubuo ng love team. Maliit na trivia lamang po. My husband and I, we also met in the review center. So, magkaklase po kami sa review center. So, doon din po kami nag-meet. Doon kami naging boyfriend-girlfriend. And syempre, when we put up our business, it's also a review center. Okay? So, kaya nga sinasabi namin dati pa sa aming mga estudyante, when we were still StudyLink, sa StudyLink, my forever. Okay? So, kahit ngayon, pwede nating sabihin, sa Gurong Pinoy, my forever. So, malay mo, Sir Felix, dito na pala yung forever mo. Dito na kayo magtatagpo. Ma'am Rafaela, sana all. Okay, so my forever po dito sa StudyLink and sa Gurong Pinoy. Okay, so yan nga sinasabi ko, I met my husband, we were boyfriend, girlfriend, like, we were classmates in the review center. Okay, now a lot of you are answering, iba-iba na yung sagot. May A, may C, may B, may D. Okay, the correct answer here, yung question mo, which is not a characteristic of preventive discipline? Alin dito ang hindi characteristic ng preventive discipline? Okay, now remember we have two different management styles. The first one will be reactive. So pag sinabi mong reactive, nagre-react ka lang pag meron ng problema. Ang proactive naman, piniprevent mo yung problema. Okay, so bago pa siya mangyari, gumagawa ka na ng steps para ma-prevent ito. That's proactive approach. Proactive and preventive, pareho po yan sila. Okay, magkaparehas yung proactive and preventive approach in management. Okay? Now, reactive naman, may ginagawa ka lamang pag meron ng problema. Usually, ito yung nangyayari sa Pinas, di ba? Ito lagi yung nangyayari sa Pinas. Pag merong binomba, makikita mo grabe yung pag-check ng mga security guard na nasa mall. Pag tapos na, after a few months, wala na naman, lax na naman lahat ng tao na nasa mall, no? So sa ngayon, grabe na naman yung reaction natin sa mga nangyayari dahil nga sa COVID-19. No? Hindi tayo proactive. We don't prevent it. We always would like to just find the cure pag meron ng problema. Okay, so yung question natin, which is not a characteristic of preventive discipline? Saan dito yung hindi proactive? Saan dito yung hindi preventive? Then of course, the correct answer would be reactive dahil yung reactive nga would be the opposite of your proactive or your preventive discipline. Okay, so proactive mo, this is the same as preventive. Anticipatory, so meaning ini-anticipate mo na magkakaproblema, so meron ka ng steps na ginagawa bago pa man ito mangyari. O may invento ka na ng mga steps mo to prevent certain problems, okay, bago pa nga sila mangyari. So the correct answer for number 6 is letter A, reactive, okay, which is not a characteristic of preventive discipline, and that's letter A, reactive po. All right, now we go to number 7. What is the most obvious sign of an underachiever in the classroom? Is it letter A, minimum written output? Letter B, frustrated about the quality of work? Letter C, holds back from class participation and less sure of himself? Letter D, resists authority and carries on a power struggle with the teacher? Okay. Ano kaya yung tamang sagot for number 7? Oh, sayang daw, may mali na. Okay, some of you are answering C, others D. Tama kaya? Or wala malang kahit isang makatama? Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot for number 7? Sabi ng number 7 mo, what is the most obvious sign, pinaka-obvious na sign, of an underachiever in the classroom? Underachiever in the classroom. Now, ano nga ba yung ibig sabihin ng term na underachiever? Yung underachiever po ninyo, this does not mean na mahina yung bata. Hindi po ibig sabihin ng underachiever ay mahina yung bata. Underachievement is defined, according to Davis and Dream in 1985, as a discrepancy between a child's school performance and some index of his or her actual abilities, such as intelligence, achievement, or creativity score, or observational data. That means, pag sinabi mong underachiever yung bata, hindi po siya bobo. Pwede pong kahit na gifted yung bata, masyado siyang matalino, pero underachiever siya. Meaning, hindi niya nare-reach yung pinaka-potential niya because of some other different factors. So, underachiever siya. Imbes na ito yung kaya niya, hindi niya yan nahihit. Ito lang yung nahihit niya. Okay? Because of some other different factors. So, pag sinabi mo sa isang tao naman na overachiever siya, meaning mas sumobra siya sa kanyang angking kakayahan. Okay? So, that's overachiever. Ang underachiever po, it does not mean na bobo yung bata. Ibig sabihin po nito ay hindi nahihit ng bata yung kanyang potential. Okay, so going back to your question, what is the most obvious sign of an underachiever in the classroom? The correct answer here would be letter B. Frustrated po siya sa quality ng work niya dahil alam niya na masigit pa yung kaya niya. But for some reason, hindi niya naaabot yung potential na yan. Hindi niya naaabot yung potential na yan. Merong naghihinder sa kanya para ma-stop niya yung reaching his full potential. Okay, so that's letter B. Frustrated about the quality of work because he knows he can do better but he can't. Maaring may problema siya sa pamilya, maaring distracted siya, maaring may problema sa study skills niya or whatever reason. Okay, so for whatever reason, hindi niya na-achieve yung tamang level niya. So that's why we call him underachiever. So he is or she is frustrated about the quality of work because alam niya na meron pa siyang kayang, pwede niya pang i-push, meron pa siyang makakaya, pero for some reason nga, hindi niya nagagawa. Okay, so that's underachiever. Okay, so pag underachiever po, it does not mean na bobo yung bata. Ibig sabihin na underachiever, hindi niya naaabot yung potential niya. Alright, so number 8, which guideline on the use of the chalkboard should a teacher avoid? Limit your board writing to major ideas, proceed from left to right, establish routine uses for the chalkboard, letter D, talking to the chalkboard while writing on it. Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot for number 8? Ayan na naman. D na naman yung pinipili nyo, ha? Okay, going back to number 8. Alright, number 8. Sabi ng number 8 mo, which guideline on the use of the chalkboard should a teacher avoid? Huwag po niyong kaligtaan itong word na avoid. Saan dito yung ina-avoid dapat? Yung hindi dapat ginagawa. Is it letter A, limit your board writing to major ideas? Okay, so major ideas lamang yung iyong ilalagay. Tama naman. Hindi po pwedeng lahat ng notes, lahat ng nakasulat sa libro, isusulat nyo din sa chalkboard. Yan po yung ginagawa sa atin nung tayo nasa elementary pa, di ba? Lahat ng nasa libro, isusulat din sa board. Tapos ipapakopya din sa mga bata sa kanilang notebook. Proceed from left to right. Tama naman. Pag nagsulat kayo sa chalkboard, from left to right yung direction. Establish routine uses for the chalkboard. This is true. So as a teacher, for example, meron akong batang naka-in-charge for my board. So that person would be changing the date. For example, pag pauwi na lahat, so mag-change na siya ng date or i-erase na niya lahat ng mga writings na nasa board. So meron kang routine for the use of the chalkboard. Or letter D, talking to the chalkboard while writing on it. Okay, this is the correct answer. This should be the one that we are going to avoid. So if you are writing on the board, you should not be talking to the chalkboard. Ito po yung mali. Okay, so dapat naka 45-degree angle ka. Dapat nakikita mo pa rin kung ano yung ginagawa ng mga estudyante mo. Baka nagpapatayan na yung mga estudyante mo sa likod, hindi mo alam na meron na pala silang mga ginagawa. Okay, so dapat letter D. Talking to the chalkboard while writing on it, this should be avoided. Okay, so dapat naka 45-degree angle ka, hindi dapat na yung chalkboard yung kinakausap mo. Now, this is what we call with-itness, di ba? Na alam nyo yung with-itness. This is by Jacob Kunin. Sabi ni Jacob Kunin, a teacher should have eyes on the back of his head. That is what we call with-itness. Now, we have a video talking about this, with-itness, dangler, flip-flop. Meron po tayong video na yan. Hanapin niyo lamang po. Nasa playlist natin for ProfEd. So if you have time, go back to all our videos, ProfEd playlist, GenEd playlist, and especially our playlist for the live streams. Okay? So balikan niyo po yung mga dating, yung mga lumang videos natin. Alright, so number 8, the correct answer is D. D. Okay, now we go to number 9. After calling on a number of students, a teacher is unable to obtain the desired response. What should the teacher do? Is it letter A, probe students' answers? Letter B, rephrase the question? Letter C, get mad because the students weren't listening? Or letter D, ask leading questions? Okay, Sir Dempster, Karampatana, nakachamba ulit. Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot for number 9? Okay, so sabi, ang dami na niyang inask na students pero wala pa rin yung tamang sagot. So bilang guro, anong gagawin mo? Unang-una mong gagawin would be, okay, the correct answer would be letter B, rephrase the question. So una-una muna, i-rephrase mo yung question mo. Baka meron lang term na hindi nila naintindihan, meron lang part sa question mo na hindi nila naintindihan. Okay, so rephrase the question before you ask leading questions. Kasi yung leading questions, nagli-lead na ito sa tamang sagot. Okay, so hindi na masyadong mag-iisip yung mga estudyante mo. But before you do this, you need to rephrase the question first. Rephrase the question. Now, we need to remember that when we are asking questions to our students, we should also give them the wait period. So, dapat may wait time din, may wait period. Pagka sabi mo ng tanong, wag kang dumiretso na ask ka agad ng students. Give them some time to think about it, na i-process ng brain muna nila yung sagot. And of course, may process din nila yung kanilang magiging yung magiging sagot nila no sa iyong tanong. Okay, so letter B, that's rephrase the question. Rephrase the question. Okay, now we go to number 10. Which stage, according to Erickson, is that stage of trust and mistrust? Letter A, infancy. Letter B, adolescence. Letter C, early childhood. Letter D, young adulthood. Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot for number 10? All right, many of you are answering with the letter A. Okay, and letter A is the correct answer. Okay, so that's infancy according to Eric Erickson. Trust versus mistrust po, yung first stage ng development no, according to Eric Erickson's theory. So that's infancy. Now, if you haven't watched this video yet, watch nyo po yung video na yan. Lahat po ng theories natin in professional education ay nandyan na sa ating video. Check the thumbnail. Yung thumbnail na po na yan, nandyan po sa ating ProfEd na playlist. Okay? So that's the psychosocial theory according to Eric Erickson. So letter A, infancy, is the correct answer. All right, now we go to 11. Which statement about the median is correct? Which one is correct about the median? Is it letter A, it is a measure of variability? Letter B, it is the most stable measure of central tendency? Letter C, it is the 50th percentile? Letter D, it is significantly affected by extreme scores? Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for number 11? Ano kaya yung tamang sagot for number 11? All right, a lot of you are answering B, D. Again, we're talking about the median. Median po ang ating tanong, hindi po mean, hindi po mode. Okay, going back to our question. Okay, the question says, which statement about the median is correct? It is a measure of variability. We know that this is wrong. Median po is not a measure of variability. It is a measure of central tendency. Kasama po niya yung mean, which is the average, the mode, the most frequently occurring score, and of course the median, siya po yung pinakagitna natin. It is the most stable measure of central tendency. It is the 50th percentile, or it is significantly affected by extreme scores. The correct answer here, of course, would be letter C, 50th percentile. Nasa gitna po yung median, kaya nga siya tinawag na median. Okay, that's why it is called the median. It is the middlemost score. It is the middlemost score. So that's letter C. It is the 50th percentile. Nasa gitna po siya na lahat ng yung scores. Okay, so for number 11, that would be letter C. It is the 50th percentile. Now, if you haven't watched our video yet on the mean, median, and mode, please take note. Okay, you can find that in our playlist for ProfEd. Meron na po tayong video for the mean, median, and mode. Okay, so make sure that you also check that. Right after this, go back to all the previous videos that we have. Okay, number 12. Which is the best indicator of a well-managed class? Saan dito yung indicator na maganda yung pagmamanage mo sa iyong klase? Is it letter A, the learners pursue tasks without inhibition? Letter B, the learners are controlled by the teacher? Letter C, the learners blindly obey the teacher's instructions? Letter D, the learners are easily or earnestly engaged in activities that lead them to realize the stated goals? Ma'am Saina, okay lang po yan. Pwede niyo pong balikan right after the live stream. This video would be found in our live stream playlist. So balikan niyo lamang po. And if this is your first time, of course, make sure that you check our live stream playlist, GenEd playlist, and ProfEd playlist. Okay. D na naman ang inyong sinasagot. Saan nga ba dito ang nagpapakita na you have a well-managed class? You have a well-managed classroom. Okay, tama na kaya to? Letter D? The correct answer, of course, is letter D. The learners are earnestly engaged in activities that lead them to realize the stated goals. Hindi lamang kontrolado sila ng teacher. Of course, letter C, you cannot choose this. They blindly obey the teacher. The learners pursue tasks without inhibition. Tama din ito, but of course, the best answer would be letter D. Okay, so letter D is the correct answer. All right, now we go to number 13. Which measure or measures of central tendency is or are most appropriate with a score distribution that is not badly skewed? Okay, so again, this is still central tendency. I've already mentioned this. The mean, the median, and the mode. Again, if you're still not familiar with this, you still have a lot of questions about them, make sure that you check our mean, median, mode na video. Okay, now ang question dito, sabi ng question, which is the most appropriate for you to use if your score distribution is not badly skewed? Remember, pag sinabi mong skewedness, pag skewed ang iyong score distribution, that means meron kang maraming matataas na score or meron kang maraming mabababang score. But in this question, if the score distribution is not badly skewed, ano ang pinaka-appropriate na central tendency measurement na gagamitin mo? Is it the median and the mode for letter A? Letter B, the mean? Letter C, median? Or letter D, the mode? Okay, a lot of you are answering letter B. Okay, the correct answer here would be letter B. Tama po yan. Basta not badly skewed yung score distribution nyo, the correct answer would be letter B, the mean. Okay, so mean po yung tamang sagot. Now again, go back to our video on the mean, median, and mode. Na-discuss na po doon kung ano yung tamang gagamitin nyo. If not badly skewed nga yung score distribution, you should be using the mean. If it is badly skewed, ano nga ba yung tama? Kailan mo gagamitin yung mode mo? Kailan mo gagamitin yung median? Paano kukunin yung median? Paano kukunin yung mode? Okay? So balikan nyo po yung questions na yon, yung video na yon sa ating mean, median, and mode na discussion. Alright, now we go to number 14. I'll be asking for your scores later. 14, the search for related literature by searching several databases with the use of the telephone line connected to a computer in the library, which is connected with the internet, is termed letter A, computer research, compact disk research, or compact disk search, online research, manual research. Ano kaya yung tamang sagot for number 14? Okay, a lot of you are answering with the letter C, and of course, that is the correct answer. Okay, so online research na siya because the computer is connected to the internet. Now, kung inyo pong naaalala, we have a variation of this question before, pero sa question na yon ay gumamit lamang siya ng compact disk. So yung sagot natin in that particular question was compact disk search or compact disk research. But in this case, since connected na siya sa internet, this would be your online research. Okay? Yung nakaraan po, CD lang. Tama si Governor Miguel. Alright, now make sure that you like this video. Paki-like lamang po nitong ating video bago tayo mag-continue sa question number 15. And please send me your score. So again, please like our video before we go to question, the last question, question 15 for ProfEd. Please do like this video and of course, send me your scores. Okay, palike po ng ating video. Okay, again, please like this video first before we go to our last question. And please send me your score. Okay, so 11, 8, 10, 9, 8, 11. Good job. Okay, so 21 out of 29, 9 out of 14. Okay, meron pa po tayong last question. All right, so again, the next live stream that we are going to have will be on Saturday night. That's still 7 p.m. So again, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, 7 p.m. po ang ating live stream. So make sure that you are subscribed to Gurong Pinoy and that you hit the bell notification so that you'll be notified of all live streams and also all of the new videos that we will be posting. Okay, now we go to question number 15. So again, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, 7 p.m. po ang ating live stream. If you're not members of Grow yet, make sure that you become members of Grow before the end of this month. How to be a member of Grow, you can check the information kung paano po kayo maging member at the beginning of this video. So balikan po ninyo pagkatapos ng ating live stream. Okay, last question. Which is unethical for teachers to do? Okay, which is unethical for teachers to do? Is it letter A, obeying the legitimate policies of the school administration? Letter B, maintaining cordial relations with parents? Letter C, refusing to serve in worthwhile neighborhood activities as this will adversely affect her teaching? Letter D, conferring with the next of kin about the problems and needs of a student. Okay, saan dito yung hindi dapat ginagawa ng isang guro? Unethical for teachers to do. Okay, what do you think would be the correct answer for number 15? Sir Maestro and Sir Fragile Baby, basta tandaan nyo lamang po by 7 o'clock, Saturdays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, meron na po tayong live. Okay, so usually I'd be starting before 7 o'clock and I'd be showing you some videos of our former students, okay, or some other information. Okay, now a lot of you are answering with the letter C, okay, which is unethical for teachers to do, and letter C, oh, ayan na naman, Sir Felix. For the last item, pinili mo pa yung D. Okay, the correct answer here would be letter C, refusing to serve in worthwhile neighborhood activities as this will adversely affect her teaching. Ang tinatawag o hinahanap po natin ay unethical, yung hindi karapat-dapat na ginagawa ng teacher. Obeying legitimate policies, ito po ay ginagawa ng mga guro. Maintaining cordial relations with parents, of course, ginagawa natin ito. Letter D, conferring with the next of kin. Next of kin meaning family member. Okay, about the problems and needs of a student, tama po ito. Okay, so the correct answer would be letter C, refusing to serve in worthwhile neighborhood activities as this will adversely affect her teaching. Hindi po tayo po pwedeng mag-refuse dahil parte po yan ng ating responsibility, ng ating katungkulan bilang mga guro. Okay, so that ends our discussion today. Again, we come back on Saturday night at 7 p.m. Okay, and I hope you have learned a lot tonight. You learned a lot today. So sa muli po, magkita-kita po tayo sa ating susunod na live stream on Saturday. Make sure that you like this video, you hit that bell notification, you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Gurong Pinoy. You may also go to our Facebook page and share our Facebook page, share our videos to the rest of your friends so that we can help more let takers pass the let. Okay, so it's very easy for you to conquer the let. Just continue studying with Gurong Pinoy Study Link and you will make it. Okay, so sa muli po, ito po ang iyong Gurong Pinoy na nagsasabing, sabay-sabay po tayo, maliit man nabutin ng mga kaalaman, ang dulo nito ay malaking kaginawaan. Maraming salamat po. Good night to all of you who are in the Philippines and in all different parts of the world. Good morning po from South Carolina, USA. I'll see you on Saturday, 7 p.m. Philippine time. Bye!